All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. Um, welcome one, welcome all. Um, Figured I'd do something special. It's one of my favorite times of the year. First and foremost, welcome to a special Club Pizzle Peterson Media uh episode or whatever. We are previewing, or I am previewing, or I am just giving thoughts and picks on the SoFi play-in tournament. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. 82 games have been played. Now we are getting ready to see high-level elite basketball. There is no more tanking. There is no more load management and nothing else that the angry old men on the four-letter network are complaining about. We are here right now, and the playoffs are upon us. Before we get to the playoffs, which tip off Saturday at 1 p.m., we have to get through the SoFi play-in tournament. Um, in case y'all are new to basketball or wondering, some things, I just want to throw this out here for y'all. The SoFi play-in tournament began during the bubble, the 2020 bubble, the pandemic year. They did that play-in, and I believe that this was something that they were going to go to anyway. This was something that Adam Silver like, maybe we can get a little, you know. And for me, honestly, I like it. It gives those teams that are fighting for that eighth spot and that seventh spot, it gives them an opportunity. It gives them an opportunity. Also, that's more revenue for the NBA. The teams that host these games, these games are all profit. There is no, you know, it's it's all, they get paid. It started there and they continued it on the season after that, and they're just gonna continue it. And I'm fine with it. Again, it gives those teams that are like right on the cusp an opportunity. And that means less teams tanking. I hate tanking. It's the worst. Like, I'll get to more of like the bad the how many bad teams it was in the NBA. There was a record of most 50 lost teams and lowest percent. Some I'll tell you more about it. I'll give you a better tidbit about it later. Before I do that though, keep voting. Legend Awards, y'all have until Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Y'all can vote once a day, every 24 hours. So if y'all haven't voted, vote today, vote tomorrow, and vote Wednesday before 7 p.m. Club Pizzle, Voice of the People, best podcast. Shout out to everybody in that category. It's so many names. I don't want to start running off names and forget one because I don't want to leave anybody out. That's not what I'm about. So shout out to everybody that's in that category. Good luck to everybody. The Legend Awards takes place April the 26th. I am looking forward to meeting y'all. Everybody that's nominated and that are going to pull up. The ones that I don't know, I'm looking forward. The ones that I know, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. The ones that I don't know, I am looking forward to meeting y'all. We can talk, we can network, we can put together events, we can do all kinds of stuff. What else we have? Yeah, man, this week is going to be a fantastic week. We have the SoFi playoff preview, the play-in preview, which we are talking about right now. Club Pizzle this Thursday, NBA playoff preview, Cavaliers out NBA MVP, the NBA postseason awards. I'm gonna give mine out on Thursday and on Friday. WrestleMania preview. The WrestleMania week. I'm excited. I'm gonna do that Friday. I'm gonna give y'all that Friday. Thought about doing it Saturday, but I think I'm planning on game one. I'm already at game two. I'll be at the Cavs game two, but I'm thinking about doing going to game one. Also, there may or may not be a WrestleMania watch along. I'm not sure yet. It all depends on what I feel. But that's that. Let's get into this thing because y'all know my motto. I'm here for a good time and not a long time. The Sofi play-in tournament starts tonight, 7 p.m. 7:30 p.m. I'm sorry. Tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. Those are the schedule. All games are on Prime Video. And let me speak to that. Shout out to Amazon, shout out to Prime Video for getting these rights. And this is something that has come up, and this is something I've been reading about today. The local markets aren't picking this up. So the 8 teams that are involved here, their local markets aren't picking it up. So they're done. They're finished. And that's I think as far as the NBA, I think that the local market should be able to carry the playoff games at least through the fight. Give them that option. Give them that option at least. Play in first round, second round. I know the conference finals are exclusive to the networks, but the local. This is the new age we're living at. Granted, I'm loving the networks, and I'm gonna get into these networks in a minute. Or I'm about to get into these networks right now. Amazon Prime has done a fantastic job in their first year. NBC, their first year back in 20 plus years, have been doing a fantastic job. I love the looks of the games, the broadcast. I mean, the broadcasters are pretty much the same, but the presentation of the game, the way the game looks on TV, as well as the studio show. Same thing with Amazon Prime. I mean, ESPN is gonna do ESPN things. Adding inside the NBA sounded like a good idea, but when you look at each network or each platform, ESPN is a distant third to me. Because I'm gonna be honest, I loved Inside the NBA. Was a huge fan of Inside the NBA. Charles Barkley, on top of being one of my favorite players ever, he's one of my favorite people ever. It seems like for the last 2 seasons that I've been watching Inside the NBA, that they have turned into the grumpy old men show. I watched NCAA tournament coverage, and watching Charles and watching Kenny. Kenny does a great job anyway. Kenny gets off on this goofy stuff from time to time. I should have saved this for Thursday, but I can't hold it. I'll probably forget about it. It's on my spirit. So I have to say. Charles Barkley on the NCAA tournament coverage is top notch. He shows why he's one of the best in the business. He shows why he's one of the most highest paid in the business. I need Charles Barkley to bring that to Inside the NBA. It's a bunch of slapstick, silly, goofy stuff now. Shaq just on there being goofy. Shaq is on there just dogging guys, and it's disgusting. Shout out to Udonis Haslam for giving DeAndre Ayton words of encouragement the other night. There needs to be more like him on TV. Speaking of, I was listening to Sam Mitchell on the radio on my drive home from work today. And listening to Sam Mitchell is one of the best NBA guys talking right now. Him, Antonio Daniels is fantastic. And when he's not being a homer, Brian Scalabrine is another one that's at the top of that. Those guys need to find, ESPN needs to find ESPN, Prime Video, and NBC. Y'all need to find those guys and bring them over to your network. I know Sam is on NBA TV. Everybody else, I'm not sure. I know Scal does his thing for the Celtics, and Antonio Daniels works for the Pelicans. That's right. Those guys do great work. Those guys need national attention. People need to see those type of guys that are talking the game, which is what they do on Prime and which is what they do on NBC. It ain't a bunch of goofy stuff all the time. I know Shaq and the Fool is a staple. Keep that. EJ's Nito stat of the night. Keep that. Who he played for. All of those things. Kenny running to the board. But sometimes, like, talk basketball. Like, stop being goofy all the time. That's why they're at the bottom of the list. And on outside or inside the NBA, I do love Perk. Kendrick Perkins do his thing. Love Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins, you need to be around for a long time. Like, whatever contract you sign on for 10 more years. I can enjoy Perk. Because Perk is straight off the straight shoot from the hip. He ain't going to sugarcoat it. Some of his jokes don't go over, and some of his, don't go over. But I love Perk. Get Chennai there. Love Chennai. If she's not playing, get her. Malik Andrews as well. I can go without Brian Windhurst. He's all right, but put Shams there. I'm ranting. But that's how I feel about the cover. I think NBC has it with T-Mac and Melo and Vince Carter. It's something new, it's something fresh. It's fire. Then Prime with Dirk and Nash and U-Dog, and they just be acting the fool for Taylor Rooks. They be on there cutting up. It's like, y'all doing stuff we do for Taylor Rooks. It's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, that's just my take on the commentary or the TV coverage. And NBC, let me leave. I'm gonna get off of that and I'm gonna get to these games. I'm gonna leave with this. The whole Michael Jordan segment. Epic. Nobody's talking about it. I can tell y'all why nobody's talking about it. Because Mike is not crapping on the game. He's not crapping on the players. He's not saying, I'm better than LeBron James. I'm better than Kevin Durant. I'm better than these guys. There's no negativity surrounding it, so nobody wants to talk about it. I'm going to be honest. I watched all of it. The idea sounded great in theory. The first two segments they did, which was Mike Tirico went down there and talked to him for however long he talked to him. And they just broke it up and just broke it down into segments or whatever. First mistake, honestly. It could have been better. The first two, y'all had me hooked. And then it kind of like went away for a while and then it came back. It was like, man, what is this? I think it wasn't a good idea. I'm not going. I would have rather Mike talk current game. I would love to hear Michael Jordan break down what he sees from the young players. I would love to see, or would have loved to have heard Mike breaking down some things that LeBron do, or breaking down something that Kevin Durant is doing, breaking down Anthony Edwards. I mean, he brought up Anthony Edwards in the phone conversation he had or whatnot, but that's, I want to see Mike watch games and break these guys down, talk about these guys, talk about Nikola Jokic, and I not talk about, gotta do better. I mean, I understand the plan might have been one thing and ended up being another. I understand that if that was the case, but if that's not the case, y'all dropped the ball with Michael Jordan. Y'all hooked people in with those first two, and it just kind of plummeted from there. And I wonder if he's going to say he's going to have anything for the playoffs. They have to have something for the playoffs. They have to. If not, this is really epic fail. And again, not vanity pieces. Is asking him those questions about playoffs. Again, I feel like my idea is the best idea ever. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, sit down face to face, nothing but a cameraman, and just let them shoot the ish. You'll pull everybody. You'll get everything. 1 hour, 2 hours, however long it is, you will have the world eating out of the palm of your hand. You will have the internet going crazy. It'll be countless discussions and all of that. Hey, Rich Paul, come on, big dog. Somebody, let's make that happen. All right, man, let's get to it. Tonight's game starting 7:30. The Miami Heat travel to take on the Charlotte Hornets. These two teams, Miami is 43-39. Charlotte is 44-38. They're separated by one game. The Miami Heat won the season series 3-1, but that really doesn't matter here because the Charlotte Hornets team that we've seen as of late has been one of the best teams in the NBA record-wise. I don't know what clicked, but something clicked. It clicked, and they caught fire. Key players on each team. For the Miami Heat, of course, Norm Powell and Mr. 83 points himself, Bam Adebayo. Like, that's what it runs through. This Miami Heat team is different from the Miami Heat teams y'all remember. This isn't the Heatles. This isn't Shaq and D Wade. This isn't Glenn Rice. This isn't Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning. Like, this team is different. Eric Spoelstra. They have taken culture and they speeded it up. I've never seen the Heat play at this pace. Even in the Heatles, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh era, I've never seen this team speed it up like this. One thing I am wondering, and I know this is a one-game situation, so all bets might be off here. This is playoff situation. Are these teams going to adapt to playoff style? Are they going to go playoff style? Are they going to slow this thing down and bring this thing down to a crawl? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to honestly say no. Because the Heat have been pushing pace, and the Miami Heat, in the Charlotte Hornets, those young boys over there, that young team over there, key players, LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, that's their big three. Top of having Miles Bridges and Diabite. I saw this team in person. This ain't the same team. Something different about them. I don't know if the fight with Detroit sparked something. I think the uptick started before that. But this team is confident. This team is young. This team is playing loose. And a big question. Question for the Miami Heat. Can Eric Spoelstra pull off another miracle? This team is 10th in the conference. They did get hot, and in the middle of all of that, that's when Bam scored his 83. Can they pull off a Can they pull off a miracle like they did last year? And for the Charlotte Hornets, will this team's youth get the best of them in this situation? Playoff situation, big game situation. The lights are bright. Everybody's going to be watching because you are the only teams that are playing at that particular time. Those are the questions. I'll give my prediction after. I'm gonna move on to the next game. The Portland Trail Blazers travel to take on the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, I'm winning for my Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker, joined from last year. Saw it, wanted it, I picked it up. The Portland Trail Blazers come in this game at 42-40. The Phoenix Suns come in at 45-37. The Portland Trail Blazers, what a hell of a story for this team. It is quite the story being what happened to this team at the beginning of the year after opening night. Bad case. Everybody expected this team to fold, but they didn't. They just their key players, Drew Holiday and Denny Avita, made the All-Star game surprisingly. Well, that was a name that who? Then you see him play, and it's like, all right. The Phoenix Suns, no Kevin Durant, no Brad Beal. Devin Booker still around though. They made the big trade for Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, the Houston trade, the swap, and worked out for them. First, they're in the play-in. They're at the 7. Their key players, Devin Booker, and of course Dylan Brooks. I got to see this team in. They look like the 7th best team. I'm gonna be. The question for the Portland Trail Blazers: after all they've been through this year, is this the end of the line for them? We're gonna see, and I'm excited to see what this Portland Trail Blazers, especially next year with the return of Dame. Where does that leave Scoot Henderson? Can Jeremy Grant finally get himself? For the Phoenix Suns, will Dylan Brooks do something that costs his team? That's what you have to wonder. In this situation, these type of situations, like Dylan Brooks can ruin something, or he can help him. Next game up on the docket, the Philadelphia 76ers and the Orlando Magic. This game takes place in good old Philadelphia. Both of these teams come in this one at 45-37. Key players. Let me talk about Orlando. Orlando has been a huge disappointment, but they've had a lot of injuries. Jalen Suggs was injured this year, I believe. Both Wagner brothers were injured. One of them is still out. They're just disappointed. Especially trading all those draft picks for Desmond. It's been a bad year for them. I mean, even getting 45 wins and you still in the play. Like this team was expected to do a whole lot more. Their key players, Pablo Banchero and Desmond Bane. The Philadelphia 76ers, same thing. Higher expectations. Getting Paul George. Him being injured and suspended for most of the season. He's finally back. Looking all right. Paul George is one of their key players, along with Tyrese Maxey. Found out as I was doing my prep for the show today that Joel Embiid is indeed out due to an appendectomy, which I was kind of expecting. Yeah. But if they get a win here, they're the 7th seed and they got a couple of days rest. So he's out for at least the play-in. And if they advance, maybe game 1, possibly game 2. I don't know the recovery time for an appendectomy. I've never had an appendectomy, and I am not as physically fit as Joel Embiid is. Orlando's big question is, can they find their shooting? Desmond Bane is still their only 3-point shooter. They got to find it somewhere. Paulo Banchero is trying. Wendell Carter tries. Franz Wagner tries. Jalen Suggs tries. It's just not enough. Like, y'all got to go get some shooting this offseason. Find some shooters. For Philly, in this situation, can Tyrese Maxey and Paul George, along with VJ Edge, carry this without Joel Embiid? All they need is one. Question. And finally, the last game. This game is tomorrow. The Golden State Warriors travel to take on the Los Angeles Clippers. The Golden State Warriors locked up the 10 seed probably like 4 weeks ago. They've been firmly locked in because everybody below them, Memphis, Utah, New Orleans, all those teams take Dallas. It's nasty out west with these teams taking Sacramento. Like, y'all are disgusting with all this tanking noise. Of course, their key player, Steph Curry. And I'm going to put Kristaps Porzingis if he's healthy. Draymond is going Draymond. Pozinski, I think he got hurt yesterday. I'm not sure if he's going to play. He's not on the injury report that I've seen. They come in at 37-45. This is nasty for Tennessee or to go to state. And the Los Angeles Clippers, 42-40. This team started off so bad, and at some point, the light clicked on, and Ty Lue got those guys together. Of course, they made the big James Harden traded and brought Darius Garland in over there. They are still rolling. They were rolling before, and they started rolling and continued to roll. They got over 500. They stayed over 500, finished the season at 42-40. Their key players, of course, Kawhi Leonard, Darius Garland. The big question, I'm going to start with the Clippers. Can Ty Lue beat Steve Kerr and the Warriors again? And I'm going to add a second question. Can Kawhi Leonard beat him as well? I'm stuck. I honestly don't know what to expect from this Clippers team. Or the Warriors for that matter. And my question for Golden State, is this it? Is this the last dance for Steph, Draymond, Steve Kerr? They've had a hell of a run. Started in 2014. If it's ending here, 2025, bravo. Hell of a run for you. Best of luck. Will Steve Kerr finally call? Is it time to let this thing go, or do they make another run and try to go on it? All right, and here are my picks. Here are my predictions for these games. Tonight's games, I'm taking Charlotte over Miami. Miami is passing the. All right, it's over. This Charlotte Hornets team is young and hungry. I think they're gonna outpace. I think they're just gonna outpace. They're just gonna beat Miami Heat. Their favorite at home. I told you that series don't matter. And I'm gonna take Phoenix over Portland. So Phoenix, that would mean Phoenix would get the 7th seed, and Charlotte would just advance to play a second game. And the team that they are going to be playing is the Orlando Magic, because I'm taking the Philadelphia 76ers over the Orlando Magic. So the Philadelphia 76ers will get the 7th seed, and they will play they're the team that they beat. And Phoenix will move on to take on the San Antonio. Devin Booker be pretty intriguing. And I do believe this is it for the Golden State Warriors. I believe this is the last dance for Steph Curry and Draymond Green. At least Draymond Green. I don't think Steph Curry's ever going anywhere. But this is it. Steve Kerr. This might be Steve Kerr's last game coach. I don't know. I'm just throwing some stuff out. So the Clippers would travel to take on the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Charlotte Hornets would travel to take on the Orlando Magic. And the winners of those games in the Western Conference, in the Eastern Conference, I'm sorry, I'm picking the Charlotte Hornets to lock the eighth. And I'm going to be transparent. The only reason I'm picking them to get the 8th seed is because I want them to match up with the Detroit Pistons in the first round. If y'all watched the NBA this year, if y'all watched the first brawl they had, and then they had a little kerfuffle the other night, I want this series. This is the first round series that I didn't think I wanted to see until I saw them. And finally, on the West, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Clippers to get the 8th seed over the Portland Trail Blazers. I think the ride for the Blazers ends here. This is my honest. This is how I feel. So again, I got Charlotte over Miami. I got Philly over Orlando in the East. I got Philly taking the 7th seed. I got Charlotte beating Orlando on the road, and Charlotte getting the 8th seed. Out west, I got the Clippers over the Warriors. The Warriors are passing the sticks. The Clippers are moving on to the true play-in. And I have Phoenix over Portland. And I have the Los Angeles Clippers traveling to Portland and beating the Trail Blazers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Pizzle's picks. And this has been the Peterson Media Club Pizzle Sofi NBA play-in preview. I will see you guys Thursday for Club Pizzle. Peace out.